Hello friends, welcome back to Covenant Creation on YouTube. My name is Tim Martin and I'm just sitting here enjoying a beautiful summer day in southwest Montana. I thought I'd make a little video to give an announcement, some updates and some plans that are kind of coming together here. So I'm sitting on the cabin front porch. The sprinklers are running outside in the gardens right now, so things are in that beautiful, peaceful summertime mode. But just got back from the Ask the Pastor conference in St. Louis, hosted by Steve Magua, and had a great time. In fact, we put some videos up on YouTube, on the Covenant Creation on YouTube channel for you to enjoy, and the question and answer sessions are there as well. In fact, if you want to see the whole conference, go to the beyondcreationscience.com website. And it's got a listing of all the links to all the sessions that were done there, all the videos from the conference. And it was a great time. We had great fellowship, a nice variety of speakers, lots of different topics covered, mainly related to eschatology and the book of Revelation. So I invite you to take a look at that conference. But my announcement has to do with tomorrow night. I was talking with Michael Miano from Blue Point Bible Church about doing a follow-up sort of discussion on that conference. And so we've got it scheduled for tomorrow night. That's Monday evening. I think it's the 19th of August. I've lost track of my dates here. But if you want to join in, the Power of Preterism Network will be carrying that live on Facebook, and then it'll be on YouTube afterward. But we were just going to kind of follow up on the details of that conference and what people were really saying and sort of our thoughts and analysis of that conference and all the things that Steve Magua put together for the organized for that weekend in St. Louis. It was a blessed time. My wife Amy was able to go, and so she was able to enjoy conversation as well. Got to meet some new people for the first time. So we'll do that tomorrow evening. Tune in. And then another announcement I had was there's a new book out by Maurice Rogers called Everything is Temple, How We Live in God's New Heavens and Earth Today, which is a fabulous book. You can get it on Amazon. Just do a quick search on that title. I highly recommend this book because it puts some things in print that are going to be extraordinarily significant as preterism sort of works out some implications. There's definitely some covenant creation ideas in there. And that brings me to the some upcoming plans for the curriculum series. If you remember, if you've been around this channel a while, we started the curriculum series, the 2024 curriculum series, last winter, and I had to take a break with my work season starting up. But I've got a bunch of titles and some outlines lined up for when my season kind of comes to an end. I'm really busy into the fall with the family business and the farm here, but usually by November I can get going on that again. But some of the titles that I've got lined up are actually related to my conference presentation in St. Louis. The next one will be Clothed by God, which will kind of be a polished version of some things I introduced in St. Louis for the first time after studying the issue of Ezekiel 16 and parallels to Deuteronomy 32 and Genesis 1. Some fascinating discussion there in the context of the ancient Near East of clothing motifs, sin, shame motifs. So we're going to go into that with the next presentation. After that one, I've got one called God's Kindergarten, where we'll kind of explore a perspective of the garden in terms of Adam and Eve being God's babies, the beginning of his family, which I talked a lot about at the conference a couple weeks ago as well. After that, we're going to go to the family resemblance, which is some themes in the Old Testament about how the patriarchs sort of duplicate each other's life situations and some details. Kind of a cool thing. So we'll have the family resemblance. We'll also have a session called The Consummation of Genesis, and I've been looking forward to do that one for a long time. It has to do with Joseph, and it sets a scene for how the book of Exodus opens up. The next episode after that is planned to be the second Genesis, which will be an episode devoted to the whole theme in the New Testament of a second Genesis creation. A lot of preterists talk about the second Exodus a lot. And for good reasons, because we have, the imagery of Moses with Jesus' arrival, being a new Moses, receiving the law on the Mount, with the Sermon on the Mount, the idea of Moses leading Israel out of captivity with his 12 disciples that follow him. That's like the new family of Israel being formed there. And there's lots and lots of things, even in the book of Revelation, that come up with that second Exodus. But what a lot of preterists have not considered is that at the same time, overlaid onto all of that theme and motif is a second Genesis, because Jesus is also the last or second Adam. So I look forward to doing that presentation. And we'll also do one called The Resurrection and the New Garden. And that will wrap up part 3 of that curriculum series. Remember, there's 4 parts that I had planned, with part 5 being just question and answer videos. But that one will be the end of part 4, and then we get into the really interesting, the end of part 3, and then we'll get into the interesting part 4, which has to do with, Christian theology implications for, a covenant approach to Scripture, both in eschatology and covenant creation. So that's what I'm working on, but I also have some plans coming together. There'll be a kind of a surprise. I don't want to say too much about it right now, because there's still some plans being firmed up. But the first week of September, we have something coming together that will be very unique here on the farm. And don't want to say a lot about the details, but there's going to be some broadcasting going on with some roundtable discussions here with some people that I really have appreciated their honesty and their discussion and their sincerity and their authenticity. So I'll just put the word out. The first week of September, beginning with Labor Day, we're going to do something really new and kind of sort of experimental here on the farm with covenant gardens and preterist studies, fulfilled theology, biblical worldview stuff. And I'm really excited about that. The details are coming together awesome. So stay tuned for that. I'll have more details when everything starts to happen. And yeah, it'll be good. But this is just a quick video for Midsummer update and some plans that we have going on. Let you know, I haven't forgot about you. We've been in our work season. In Montana, you have to really work hard during the good, nice part of the year to make it. It's a long winter. But the good thing is it's a long winter to do a lot of other work. So looking forward to that. Just want to say hi to everybody and stay tuned. Thanks. This is Tim Martin from Covenant Creation on YouTube.